Greek civilization. Ancient Greek civilization flourished from the period following Mycenaean civilization, which ended about 1200 BCE, to the death of Alexander the Great, in 323 BCE. By that time, Greek cultural influence had spread around the Mediterranean and, through Alexander the Great's campaign of conquest, as far afield as India. How did Greek civilization start? In the 8th century BC, Greece began to emerge from the Dark Ages which followed the collapse of Mycenaean civilization. Literacy had been lost and Mycenaean script forgotten. But the Greeks adopted the Phoenician alphabet, modifying it to create the Greek alphabet. What was Greece called in ancient times? Hellas. The ancient and modern name of the country is Hellas or Helida, and its official name is the Hellenic Republic. Helleniki Dimokratia. Epsilon lambda lambda eta nu iota kappa delta eta mu omicron kappa rho alpha tau alpha. Eleni C. Democrati. A. Who founded Greece? Alexander the Great in the 300s BC. Small city-states were forced to unite under one ruler, Alexander the Great. He was the founder of the ancient Greek Empire, which stretched into Europe, Egypt, and Southwest Asia. What is the first Greek civilization called? And the Mycenaean civilization is commonly acknowledged as the beginning of Greek culture. Nothing much is known about the Mycenaeans. It can be determined through archaeological finds and through Homer's account of their war with Troy as recorded in the Iliad. What was the Greek civilization known for? The Greeks made important contributions to philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. The Greeks were known for their sophisticated sculpture and architecture. Greek culture influenced the Roman Empire and many other civilizations, and it continues to influence modern cultures today. What was the most powerful Greek city-state? Athens. Athens and Sparta were the two most powerful city-states. Athens was a democracy and Sparta had two kings and an oligarchic system. But both were important in the development of Greek society and culture. How tall was the average ancient Greek? The Metapontian necropolis revealed that the average height of adult males was between 162 and 165 centimeters, that of females between 153 and 156 centimeters, and with a body weight of approximately 60 to 65 kilograms for males and 50 to 55 kilograms for females. What religion is in Greece? Religion in Greece is dominated by the Greek Orthodox Church, which is within the larger communion of the Eastern Orthodox Church. It represented 90% of the total population in 2015 and is constitutionally recognized as the prevailing religion of Greece. What caused the fall of Greece? For each of the three most important factors, record your reasons. Conflict and competition between city-states broke down a sense of community in Greece. The Germanic tribes of northern Europe became strong military forces and attacked the empire, conquering Rome in 456. Who were the famous person in ancient Greece? Ancient Greek philosophers Aristotle and Plato, Socrates, Alexander the Great, Homer, Pythagoras, and Archimedes. Who destroyed Greece? Romans. Like all civilizations, however, ancient Greece eventually fell into decline and was conquered by the Romans, a new and rising world power. Years of internal wars weakened the once powerful Greek city-states of Sparta, Athens, Thebes, and Corinth. How long did Greek civilization last? Roughly 350 years. The classical period lasts from 776 BC to 323 BC. From the view of historians, it ends with the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BC, so it lasts roughly 350 years. What Greece gave the world? Maps are one of the most ancient Greek inventions that are used today. Anaximander, around the 6th century BC, created the first set of maps with the concept of latitude and longitude. The ancient Greeks gave birth to the Olympic Games in 776 BC. How did ancient Greece change the world? Ancient Greek thinkers made big discoveries. Pythagoras found ways to measure and describe shapes that we still use in maths today. Aristotle studied plants, animals and rocks. He devised experiments to find out about the world we live in. What period is Greek civilization divided into? Archaic period. This period ran from the start of Greek civilization in 800 BC to the introduction of democracy in 508 BC. This period included the start of the Olympic Games and Homer's writing of the Odyssey and the Iliad. Classical period. This is the time that most of us think of when we think of ancient Greece. Athens was governed by a democracy and great philosophers like Socrates and Plato arose. Also, the wars between Sparta and Athens were during this time. This period ended with the rise and then death of Alexander the Great in 323 BC. Hellenistic period. The Hellenistic period lasted from the death of Alexander the Great until 31 BC when Rome defeated Egypt at the Battle of Actium. The name Hellenistic comes from the Greek word Hellas, which is the original word for Greece timeline of ancient Greece. 776 BC, traditional date for the first Olympic Games. 750. Greek cities start planting colonies on other Mediterranean coasts, adapt the Phoenician alphabet for their own use, and later adopt metal coinage from Lydia, in Asia Minor. 594. Solon gives Athens a new constitution. This is the start of the rise of democracy in Greece. 490 to 479. The Persian Wars. Athens and Sparta lead the Greeks in defending their land against invasion from the huge Persian Empire. 447. Work begins on the Parthenon in Athens, then at the height of its glory. 431 to 404, the Second Peloponnesian War. Athens is defeated by Sparta, which now becomes the leading power in Greece. 399, the Athenian philosopher Socrates is condemned to death for questioning conventional ideas. 338, King Philip II of Macedon defeats the Greek city-states and imposes his dominion on them. Philip of Macedon's defeat of the Greek city-states is traditionally seen as drawing down the curtain on classical Greece and ushering in the Hellenistic age. This includes the conquests of Alexander the Great, and ends with the conquests of the different Hellenistic states by Rome 146 to 31 BC.